Welcome guys, welcome to XRE. This is going to be your introduction video. We're going to talk about starting here. Now whether you've already had your intro and did your baseline, or whether you came through our boot camp, or whether you haven't even done your introductory workout, this is where we're going to start. There's going to be not necessarily a lot of moving parts, but there's going to be some things that you're going to need to get caught up to speed with. So first off, we're going to start with the applications using from your phone or your tablet or whatever. We're going to start off with the Better Human app. Now this is I won't say the most important, but these two are definitely going to be the main ones that you're going to be using while you're here at the gym. The Better Human app is going to allow you to track all your nutrition with the systems that we're going to teach you in regards to flexible eating and counting your macronutrients of proteins, fats, and carbs. That's what we're going to talk about here. So a lot of people are like, what's a macro? Foods consisted of three things. It's either going to be a protein, or a fat, or a carb, or maybe even a combination of the three. But these are the three main macronutrients that we're going to be tracking with the app. We're going to get into that later. The original Flexible Eating Blueprint, this is another video series that you can get. I'm going to put the link into the comments below this video. You can actually go and get this. Get a one-time purchase, watch all 6 or 7 videos. It's going to go over strategies of fitting this into your life rather than trying to fit your life into this, if that makes much sense. But get this, watch the videos, you'll have them forever so you can actually go back and reference them. This is going to help you with situations like, what do we do if we go out to eat for dinner? What are we going to do if it's time to celebrate? What are we going to do if I mess up? This video series is going to go over all of that stuff, covering strategies to go over with using flexible eating in your everyday lifestyle. Workouts. We have classes Monday to Sunday, early morning, mid-morning, afternoon, evenings. We have classes all day. These are not appointments. These are not appointments. So if you think that you typically come on Tuesday and Thursday, but you get caught up with something, just come to another class, all right? We'll completely adjust everything for you and make it appropriately. We have people all different walks of life, all different fitness levels. We'll adjust those for you. The MEDs, now these will be sporadically published. These will be sporadically published onto your Better Human app. Now what these are designed to do is to just keep you moving. So for some of you guys that train twice a week, for some of you guys that train 3 times a week, that's just enough. That's just enough to get you nowhere. And especially if you're not dialing in your nutrition. So I want to save you some frustration of spending 2, 3, 4, 5 months of training 2 times a week, 3 times a week, and you're not getting as much results as you would like because your nutrition is half-ass. Use these minimal effective dose workouts. Minimal effective dose. These are going to be published through the Better Human app. Now they're not going to be every day, but I will sprinkle them in sporadically throughout the week. The objective of these is just to keep you moving. Come to your live workouts here, do those extra workouts. They're going to be very short, minimal to no equipment. You can be doing in your garage, in your apartment, at home, at some other place, whatever. But make sure that we want to move every single day, whatever that is. If it's a light walk, if you're walking your dog, if you're going for a run, if you're just doing push-ups next to your bed, squats, sit in the stands from a kitchen chair, whatever it is, we want you moving every single day. Every single day. Okay? Zen Planner. This is our attendance, our account per se management app. In there, it's going to have the schedule. It's going to have the schedule of all the live workouts. WOD stands for workout of the day. The PTs, those are physical training for our boot camp, but you're going to see those are all going to be available. You're going to be able to come to either one of those. If you do come to a PT with boot camp, make sure that you wear your shirt, all right? If you show up for that and you don't have one, it's okay, you're still a good person, but we're just going to hand you another shirt and we're going to run your card for it. So make sure you have a jersey if you come to the boot camp PTs. Reservations. Make sure you go in and reserve when you expect to come. All right, this will give the coaches an idea of how many people are going to be in the class and to make sure that if we need to make any adjustments with the workout or spacing and logistics. Make sure that you do this. This will help out a bunch. This will help out a bunch. If you do go and reserve and you happen to not come to that class, you will need to unreserve that class so you can reserve it for later. All right, so make sure that you're reserving. Your attendance is going to be perfect. I touched up base on this earlier. If you're training 2 or 3 times a week, great, I love it. But again, we want to make sure that you are definitely making all of your classes. You can't just come in here, cut a check, run a card, whatever, and then expect the magic to happen. Your attendance is going to be critical. Your nutrition is going to be critical. We have to have these both working in unison. We have to have these both working in unison. If you're not showing up for your workouts, or if you are showing up for your workouts but you're not taking care of your nutrition, you're going to prolong your success. We want you to have such massive success as fast as possible, whatever that is. If it takes 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, I don't know. That's going to be completely dependent upon your efforts. So make sure that you are keeping up with your attendance. Make sure that you're using the app and dialing in your nutrition. There will be a learning curve with this, but that's what the blueprint is for, is to help answer all your questions and to give you some strategies moving forward with this. So we're going to go over some other things later in the next video. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Next, we're going to go over everything else that you can come to expect. Let's first talk about the movements. So, my heaviest client I've ever trained was over 500 pounds. I've had 2 amputees. One lady who had no arm from her elbow down, one lady who had no leg from her elbow down. They both had prosthesis and we still adjusted for them. My current oldest client and clients, I actually have a couple of them, are in their 70s. They just turned 70. So everything in regards to adjustments with the movements, we can do. All right, so if you're not 500 pounds, if you're younger than the age of 70, if you have all 4 limbs and they work, you can do this. How well? Well, we'll see. I don't know. But that's what this is for. We'll make adjustments. We'll make everything appropriate for you. Again, talking about your attendance in the last video, make sure that you're showing up. If you don't know how to do something, that's okay. We'll reduce everything down to the ridiculous. There's some fundamentals that you're going to need to learn. We're going to talk about this. You're going to hear me talk about MCI. So think about playing an instrument. Think about learning how to drive a motorcycle. Think about snow skiing, whatever it is. First, before developing any skill, you have to learn the mechanics. This is very, very important, obviously, right? Once we learn the basic mechanics of specific movements, I want to see consistency. I want to see consistency with these movements. I don't want 1 or 2 of them being really, really well. I want 7, 8, 9 of them being really, really well. We don't have to necessarily be perfect, but I do want to see consistency with the mechanics. So it's the same thing with like playing an instrument. If you have to slow down to actually hit your notes, tempo, rhythm, everything like that, but you have to play slower, that's perfectly okay. You're still playing music, it's just a little bit slower. As your skills develop and your consistency develops, then we'll start worrying about the intensity. Meaning, move faster, make it heavier, or both. But until this piece is developed, that consistency with the mechanics, we're still going to hold the reins back on you a little bit. This is what's going to be responsible for your safety. Your safety is our #1 priority here. So movements and adjustments, learn the basic mechanics, develop consistency with those mechanics, and then and only then we'll worry about advancing you in with making it heavier, moving faster, and or both. The private group. Now, if you're not on Facebook, it's 2017. Get on Facebook, all right? Even if it's just to be in this private group. This is where we're going to make a lot of the announcements in regards to any social events that we have, any schedule changes, any announcements in regards to anything that might be coming up with the gym, if anybody's gone, things like that. This is where we're going to post these announcements. This is also where you're going to post your questions. Don't text me at 9:30, 10:30 at night wondering if this specific protein bar is good for you, okay? If you have questions, post them into the group. Tag myself, tag some of the other coaches, post it in the group. The reason why we want you posting this publicly is because we guarantee somebody else has the exact same question and we can get these questions answered quickly instead of having going from individual to individual to individual, answering the same 5, 10 questions over and over again. So use this group to communicate with us, the coaches. Use this group to communicate with the community too as well. Oh, here it is again, your nutrition. Guys, if we had to give up one of the two, the exercise and the nutrition, we'd probably need to give up the exercise first. This has to be the foundation of your progress, okay? We know it's cliche, but it's so true. You're not going to be able to out burpee. You're not going to be able to outrun. You're not going to be able to out squat a crappy nutritional diet. It's just not going to happen. Get this dialed in. Use the Better Human app. Consistency, even with that, that's going to lead to faster results. I want to save you months and months and months of frustration. So quit spinning your wheels, butting your head against the wall, trying to figure out why isn't this working. Your nutrition has to be dialed in for you to accumulate the results as fast as possible. Culture. Now we could spend a whole video on this. I'm going to go over it here probably in the next 30 seconds. So the biggest thing here is our culture. This is what separates us from all these other public gyms or other programs that you may see in the area. Number one, let's talk about how we're going to treat each other. When you step into these doors, everybody is here for similar reasons. They may not be the exact same, but whatever their goals are, all goals are equal. So if you're just trying to look super sexy in a bikini, whether you're trying to get off your diabetes medication, whether you're just trying to work out with some friends, whether you're trying to maximize your fitness to your fullest potential, all goals are equal. And we're not going to belittle or discredit anybody else's goals. Some person may be super, super competitive. That's okay. Some person may not have a competitive bone in their body. That's okay. We're going to treat everybody equally, no matter what. 2, we will not ever talk in a negative way about anybody who is not in the room. This is very, very important to me. All right. Again, going back to, I want everybody here to treat everybody with respect. I want everybody here to get along. We want the right people on the bus. Only time will tell if you're that person, but we believe that you are. Make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be. Let's all play together. Let's all get along together and treat everybody with respect. In regards to the workouts, the first to finish is the first to cheer. When you're finished with the workout, you're not running off and going home. You're not putting up your equipment. You're sitting there cheering on the person next to you until they're finished. And then you two are going to sit in there and cheer on the person over here until they're finished. There's going to be days when you don't feel like working out, you're having a really crummy day, and the workout's going to come in here and just punch you in the face. You're going to need your classmates to help get you through that. And vice versa, there's going to be some days when they're going to need you to as well. So the first to finish is the first to cheer. All goals are equal. We're going to treat people with respect. Please be early. Please be early. Let's talk about kids and pets. So I really enjoy this being a family gym. Your kids' safety is important to me too as well. We must make sure that they're under control, not running around in the gym, not running around in the shop. If they want to run around outside, fine, whatever. But make sure that your kids are keeping them safe by not interfering and disturbing the class too as well. So please be respectful that way. If you happen to bring your puppies, fine, no big deal. I love dogs so much. Let's make sure that they're not messing in the gym too as well. Stay out of the shop, okay? Stay out of the shop. Keep the bathroom clean. Movements and adjustments, use the private group, get your nutrition dialed in. Don't be a headache. Talk to you soon. Welcome back, guys. So real quick, I just want to go over this with this health continuum. So one of the biggest things that we're trying to do, is accumulate fitness, right? Now some of you guys, we're not even here at the wellness portion of it right now. Some of you guys are over here at the sickness. What we're trying to do is create a buffer, getting us as far away from developing any sicknesses. Now what we're talking about, blood pressure, bone density, these are osteo problems with women typically. Body fat percentages, triglycerides, good and bad cholesterol, flexibility if you have a desk job. If you're sedentary, you're losing flexibility all the time. Obviously your muscle mass, your mental health. This is one thing that people overlook about, how are you going about your day? What is your mood? How are you handling stress? What are you doing from a day-to-day basis to get you in the right mindset? This is a huge component when we're talking about wellness
in fitness. So this is not necessarily all just about, you know, six packs and nice butts. That is a part of it, but it's not everything that we're trying to accomplish here. When we're talking about fitness, guys, everything with all these biomarkers and health indicators too as well. So not necessarily everything that a lot of people want to put value on, for example, like just how much the scale says, You step on a scale, it shows you a number, but it doesn't show you any of this stuff. So don't put all your stock, in fact, don't put even the majority of your stock into what your weight is. Your weight is your weight. It's hard to really measure all these other biomarkers without getting them checked out. So this is one thing that we're trying to do. It's not necessarily just about the weight. So keep that in mind. We got more stuff coming up. Talk to you soon. All right, guys, so when it comes to your nutrition, like I said, this is going to be the foundation of your progress. We're going to talk about four different things. Your nutrition and three specific characteristics. You being patient, you being coachable, and you staying positive. This is going to be the foundation of your progress. Without developing patience, coachability, and positivity, you're going to fight an uphill battle. Without taking care of your nutrition, it's going to be an uphill battle. So let's talk about your nutrition real quick. Again, you can go get the Flexible Eating Blueprint, get all that 6-7 video series that's going to have all the answers and strategies to everyday life, help you fit that into your life rather than it fitting into your life, or vice versa. You know what I'm talking about. So there's three different macronutrients we talked about earlier: proteins, fats, and carbs. They are all important. You need all three. We're not going to be looking at, you know, low fat diets. We're not going to be looking at low carb diets. We're going to look about controlling a balance of all three. Calories are important. We need a specific amount of calories with a specific amount of macronutrients. All four of these things we need to measure. Now, you can manage what you measure. We're going to use precision to get a specific amount of calories that's going to support your activity level, okay? But we also need a balance between all three of these. Use the Better Human app. Get the premium version. The premium version is going to allow you to be integrated with our gym. I myself will be able to access my coach's desktop, and I can actually see your numbers in your app, but you have to be a premium subscriber to this. All right, this will allow for faster feedback. Faster feedback will lead to faster adjustments. Faster adjustments will lead to faster progress. But use the Better Human app to calculate your proteins, fats, and carbs, and your calories on this. This is going to be the foundation. Again, your nutrition, your patience, your coachability, and staying positive. We have to get these things as the foundation of your progress. Without these, it's going to lead to a lot of frustration. Let me help you save yourself from a lot of frustration.